You're very welcome. But you have emphasized the importance of studying professionals very much. And my question is, what do you see as significant differences between learning to teach at the university or learning to teach in, for example, Louis Valdez High School, where I've been there today?
Well, there are both institutional differences and there are, if you will, contextual differences. The institutional differences is that when you embed a professional education program in any field into a university, you get the advantage of access to many more disciplines that can flow into the training that you give to your teachers or educators, and the greater prestige that the degrees you give confers upon your graduates, so that unlike the old days when to graduate as a teacher was to have no academic degree at all. It was like nursing used to be, in some countries still is. And it gave greater respect and prestige, which is important in the kind of work that we do. The disadvantage is that we learn from the contexts we are in. And the context of the university cannot afford opportunities for learning of the same sort that are available in the hospital, in the school, in the design studio itself. But there's also a disadvantage to the clinical practice site, to the high school. And this is where we have to use technologies of different sorts to solve that problem. And that is, schools were not designed to teach professionals. Their first responsibility is to teach students. And so a lot of stuff goes on and needs to go on in schools that may be educative for the students, but not at all educative for those learning to teach. Partly because of the repetitiveness, a whole bunch of reasons we can analyze. Which is why some of the most exciting work that's going to go on in the next generation of teacher education will be uses of technology to bridge that gap. Our ability to use technology to create virtual realities that are more and more like inhabiting the real world, yes or not, I'm thinking you, is extraordinary. It's just extraordinary. And the beauty is we can design those to maximize learning. Are they going to be exactly the same emotionally? And no, but nothing's exactly the same. Two classrooms are both real, but they're not the same. And so you're still trying to, so I think that is the missing link that the next generation is going to have to work with. And the beautiful advantage of being at a university is you've got the engineers, the design school, the people in surgery who've been doing this with laparoscopic surgery. I mean, all kinds of stuff that you can draw upon. There is a reason why my last full year at Stanford, and I did this before I knew that I was going to move to the presidency of the foundation, is my colleague Larry Cuban and I spent the fall semester teaching 11th grade in a local high school. There are some things, even though you're doing the research and all of that, you only learn by being in the work. So, yes, Jefferson.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.